This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Terrace on Fort Myers Beach, 100 feet from the Gulf of America. Here are your award-winning social media superstars, the hosts of Beach Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I got to tell a quick story. We were trying to train our audience in Cape Coral to applaud after the show. And they did it last night. We had a crazy crowd last night. I tell you, I don't often feel awkward when we host a show, but I felt awkward last night hosting that show because we had council member Bill Stanky on, and he came on the show to respond to a candidate running for his seat who was sitting right in the front row of the show last night. And he looked right at him and answered the criticisms. And so it was a little bit awkward, but
I mean, I don't know.
I felt awkward.
It was awkward, but I was surprised. I was surprised how awkward you felt because you see, the thing is, unless you're in the middle of it, you that's when you don't
he
feel
took out a
awkward
piece
at
of
all.
paper and he started reading from it, and then he would just turn around and just shoot daggers with his eyes at
I just
Tom.
was grabbing the popcorn, like,
Yeah.
okay. I put my microphone down. I'm like, and
because the thing in Cape Coral is we're trying to be even Steven. I know that's hard for people to understand, but so you want everybody to come on the show. You want to get to the point where everybody feels comfortable coming on the show, and you don't want to make it look like you're biased like we are with Dan here on the island. But and they totally hate the mayor in Cape Coral. I mean, total hatred, like it's police officer coverage kind of hatred in Cape Coral. That last night when we must have had 4 council members out of the 8 at the show.
Yeah.
They're police officers on duty the whole show that were there. It's like we have police protection in Cape Coral. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a different beast over there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are going to say that you're not even Steven. But
No,
if that's
they
what
think we have the mayor
on.
on.
You go with, you go with that.
Yeah, we have the mayor on every other week down there, and they think that we love him, but we just do it to try and get information out. So the first thing before India comes on is I want to say, if you haven't seen what's going on behind the fence here and you get a chance to, they were delivering some supplies and the gate was open this morning, and the park is looking unbelievable. They got all these palm trees that they've already put in. I posted some pictures. They've got some pavers that they put in already. So the park,
they didn't put in little baby palm trees.
Yeah.
They put in regular size, mature-ish trees.
Yeah, and
I mean, they're
it looks
perfect.
It looks like when that park opens, it's gonna provide some shade right from the start. And we laugh not because of the park; it's a whole different thing going on here. So the park's coming along nice. And
but everybody at the servers in here, we were commenting about how good it looks just with trees, like how much of a difference that makes looking over there versus nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it really, I don't give enough credit to the impact of landscaping.
Yes,
That's
you should
what
give
I
more
have
credit. I'm out in the
realized.
yard all the time with the landscaping. And I have to say, it's season again in Gateway.
No, we pay somebody to do that because of your sissy back.
It's season again at Gateway, and it's a little bit. You guys can come in if you want. If you want to come on in, it's not the same kind of season. I got one of the frogs this morning, and it's that kind of season again. Of course, you can't walk the dogs anymore without a flashlight when it's dark out. But I went out this morning, and he was gigantic. And
he's been taunting you every morning.
I look out the window and he's sitting in the garage.
Like this. He's
in
got
the driveway.
A sign that says, "Go ahead, Eddie, try and get me."
What I want to know is how many babies those frogs can have, because those babies are running everywhere.
I told you there's some technology that was developed, I believe, in New Zealand to deal with these invasive frogs, but So far, it hasn't made its way here.
Carrie asks, do they block the view from Margaritaville? No, I mean,
No.
the fence is blocking
No, they're
the
not
view
that
now.
tall.
No, and when that fence comes down, that's going to be quite the view
Yes.
here until Salty Crab comes in. Then you're going to that's going to be a brick wall that you're looking at. But it is their property. So I mean, and
But they'll still have the view on the other side.
yeah, I did have to run after the frog. He saw me coming out, and he just started darting across the yard. And luckily, they cut the grass yesterday. But I got him.
I'm interested to know. Oh, so you were able to run him down? Because
I did.
between you and a frog with your back, I'm thinking
Yeah, I
that
got
frog
him.
has a good chance to outrun you.
And in the mail early this morning, we got the new spears. So we're ready for
I don't
frog
like to hear
season.
about
So
it.
anyway, so we have a great show lined up for you today, including
I
our
bet you're thrilled to come in after that.
first question will be about cane toads. And the 8 of them sitting on the school board right now, but that's a different
They're
story.
boo-foo.
India Palencia, everybody. She's running for the Lee
Not,
County,
not buffoon frogs. Buffoon frogs.
running for the school board, and she's running in the at-large seat, which is now occupied by Jada Fleming Langford Ford, and what's her name? Jada Fleming Langford, something like that.
Langford was first.
Langford Ford. And so, India, welcome to Fort Myers
Thank
Beach.
you.
We
I'm
appreciate.
happy to be out here.
Yes.
I think they have a Ford dealership. That's where he's getting
Langford
it messed up.
Yeah. And so you are running for the at-large seat. This is actually our third interview. We the first time we caught up, you were the brains behind the silent protest,
Yes.
which was you kind
Peaceful.
Peaceful protest.
silent.
It wasn't,
You were-
I wouldn't
I was
call it
like, we weren't
silent.
No.
silent. They weren't silent.
We
It
were
was
a bit
peaceful.
rowdy.
and you were
but-
protesting the school district firing teachers.
right.
And so give everyone some background on why you're running for the school board.
Well, it kind of goes back to my community. We had an unsafe bus stop, and I got 3 kids, and at the time, only one of them was attending school. He wasn't getting on the bus, but our HOA had tried to get our bus stop moved, and they just couldn't get it moved. So they asked if a parent maybe could call down. Maybe a parent would get a yes from the district. So I thought, sure, this will be real easy. I'll just call on down, and they'll move the bus stop. And I couldn't have been more naive. It took me 8 months of fighting our school district to get our bus stop moved. We finally did. It was the best and most exciting day ever. Yes. Yeah, I know. We were like, oh my gosh, we did it. But in that process, I was going to school board meetings and committee meetings and learning how our school district didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hearing from teachers and staff about the issues they had. And I don't know, it's just the way I was raised. When you see issues and you think of solutions, you don't just walk away and go, well, my problem was solved. So I kept going back to school board meetings for years after that and talking about how our teachers weren't able to pay their bills, how we didn't have enough staff in the classrooms to support our students. And I even signed up to be a substitute teacher because one teacher went up to the podium and said, all of you, if you want to be leaders in our community with education, you should be in the classroom. And I thought, that's a great idea. And I had my English language certification to teach it as a second language. And I had had some experience teaching. So I thought, well, let me do what that teacher says. And boy, whew, is it eye-opening when you're in a classroom. And I did a long-term sub at the beginning of this year. And wow. I thought I knew what I was saying, but boy, do I say it full-chested now because I experienced it firsthand. I taught the whole first quarter in a kindergarten classroom.
And what did you learn? What did you walk away from with that experience?
I walked away from that experience thinking our schools do not have enough support staff to help these teachers. My first day, I've had jobs since I was 11 years old. And I've never quit
Who
a job.
did child labor on you?
Oklahoma. Hey, I was really happy to get some money for candy. I was selling newspaper subscriptions. I was super happy to knock on doors and get that little bit of money. So I was grateful for that opportunity. But working in those classrooms and seeing firsthand, like that lunch, the first lunch, I went to the teacher's lounge and I thought, oh my God, is this the first job that I quit? Like on day one, I was like, am I at that point? And I thought, I can't believe it. This is a hard job. And I've done hard labor in my life. And I got back to the classroom after lunch and in walked the paraprofessional. And she was literally only in the room for 20 minutes. but she literally saved me from drowning with 22 5 and 6 year olds who were bouncing off the walls. And I just thought, wow, like they're not joking when these paraprofessionals, we need them. And over those weeks, because I had that paraprofessional, even if it was a short amount of time, it helped me so much because that paraprofessional had been in that classroom before.
Mhm.
They knew where everything was. They know the schedule. They are trained to work with kids in difficult situations and kids who need extra support. They have that special training that I didn't have.
Right.
So
So
it
you
was so
deci-
critical.
And the pay for a paraprofessional
it's
is
insulting.
yeah.
It's
So-
insulting what we pay our paraprofessionals.
And what we ask them to do.
oh my gosh.
So, India, you decide that you're going to run for school board against Jada. The school board is made up now of how many members are on the school board?
There are 7 seats
and
on
there
the
are
school
3
board.
or 4 up. This
2 are at large, 5 are for the district. So this year we have 1 at large position up, and then there are 3 districts up. So
Yeah.
there's a total of 4 out of those 7 seats.
So this goes for some other political stuff here in Lee County, but you have a machine that's backing Jada, and it's backing Armour, it's backing Sam Fisher, and I'm not criticizing that. And now the school superintendent is political, and she's part of that whole Republican machine. And so, how do you think you could take her down?
Honestly, like from what I see, I'm a hard worker. I've always been. I started selling newspaper subscriptions. So I believe that hard work trumps any kind of silliness or connections or political ideologies. If you're out there working hard and talking to people, you're still going to at least put up a darn good fight, if not win. And that's how I've run my campaign from day one. I know that I'm stacked up against, and I don't even think it's a partisan thing. I think that there's just a machine,
Yeah,
period, full
for sure.
stop. And they are able to fund campaigns willy-nilly, just go crazy
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
not only
And
funding it; it's the endorsement
it's
sheets that they put out, and
endorsements
everybody gets behind everybody else. Yeah,
connections. Yeah.
and that's. I mean, I'm sure in other states it's the same way
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
sure
Democrats.
This is not foreign.
Right. So,
Where do you live in the county?
I
Where-
actually live right outside of Gateway off Tree Line.
it's a
do
lovely-
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a problem with
Because-
frogs?
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I am the critter getter in our house.
Really?
My husband won't. He's like, nope, I'm noping right out of there.
Do you have cane toads in your?
Yeah, we have cane
they're the
toads.
worst
We've
thing.
got snakes. We had a bear in the community
Really?
a few days
Yes, yes.
ago.
Nice.
There is a bear out in Gateway, and I saw a picture of it over at RSW. I mean,
You know-
I don't know if it's the same one.
You know, if you took that bear down and put that on a viral video,
Oh,
your
God.
chances of winning the school scene are going to go up by a mile.
I don't know about winning, but your
I
chances
like our
of
Florida
holding your
wildlife,
own.
our natural Florida
Yes.
wildlife. Now the invasive species, we
So-
get rid
So
of.
how are you getting? Are you getting out in your area because you're at large? So everybody, and do you go over to the Cape because
I go
everybody?
everywhere.
The Cape has such a large
Yeah.
group.
Yeah, actually, so we are calling June the month of Cape because we
Okay.
have a bunch of activity out in the Cape next month. So we've been mainly just all over Lee County since I filed. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I don't know when to file or when not to file. So I filed June of last year.
Wow.
So I have been getting out and talking to people since June of last year. And I have just been in every part of the county and even up to the bottom tip of Punta Gorda, which is in Lee County, and even parts of Babcock Ranch are part of Lee County. And
Really?
so I've been going out and just talking to people since then. So Cape Coral's up next for us on June, and we'll
Yeah.
be out there canvassing. We'll be calling people. So please answer your phones. We
How
don't
much-
bite.
How much money have you raised compared to Jada?
She raised as much as I had raised in my entire campaign in her first quarter. So I've raised about 30,000 and she raised that in her first quarter.
Yeah.
So-
And so what do you, I mean, it's so hard to break through these days with all the different social media platforms, and who really watches TV anymore and listens to the radio other than Fox News.
I know, but
Well,
that's
I'm
the-
sorry, I was asking
No,
the
no, no,
candidate.
no,
Are you
no,
running for
but
office?
that's
or-
good because radio and TV ads are expensive,
Right.
and
Yeah.
social media less.
free.
It's
So
much less.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna? I mean, what, are you gonna buy signs or mailers? What do you?
So we're probably going to do a mix of all of the things.
Yeah.
I think it's you try to reach people in where they're at, and there's a lot of people who aren't even on social media nowadays. So we'll try to reach them at their home with calling and mailers. But there are a lot of people on social media, so we will be active on social media. We already are. I had to begrudgingly join TikTok. I was told I
Oh,
didn't
I won't
want
do
to
it.
do that.
I won't do it.
But I'm on there and I'm getting it. But I'm on mostly Facebook and Instagram.
Mhm.
But yeah, we reach out. I interact with people on social media.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have an open dialogue and a conversation about what's happening. And that is easily facilitated on social media.
And so that's how you're getting out. And what is the message that you're putting out? What are you?
So for me, the whole thing about everything in our district boils down to the budget. And I always say that your budget reflects your values, and the values that are being reflected right now, they do not represent our community. It is not a conservative budget. We are spending money on bureaucracy and overspending on projects. I find it laughable that we call it conservative, to be quite honest with you, because I've never known a conservative budget to go over 200, 250% the original proposition. It's crazy to me to see that on a regular basis and the constant change orders that we see in our district. And that trickles down to taking resources out of our classrooms. And that's how we find ourselves in this position where we're in a $92 million deficit and we're having to move money from our capital budget to cover half of it. And then instead of saying, okay, what programs at the top do we need to look at? The first place we went was our schools.
Well, there's been information put out there that they did cut down at the central office. So what do you know?
So we were told that there was a $15.9 million cut done at the schools district level at the beginning of the year. There was never an accounting release to the public about that. We did get a records request done, and we've actually found out that they cut a lot of mental health professionals. So they were school-facing programs that they cut that were technically a part of the administrative building. But they impacted our schools. They cut bus drivers, they cut teachers, and they cut mental health professionals. And they also cut the professional development department. So we have teachers that a great example I use is these Promethean boards that are in our classrooms. Our teachers don't know how to use them because they cut out the professional development department and they don't have regular training on that's accessible all of the time. So they have to go into different kinds of training that's not convenient for them, or it's during their planning period when they have to get other things done and they can't catch up on the Promethean boards. It ends up being a very expensive piece of equipment that our teachers don't know how to use and are frustrated by.
How did you, can I
just one
participate?
other.
No, go right ahead. It's your show.
And I'm just wondering, when the amount is said, 15.9, I thought I heard 16, but that's pretty close, that was cut. Is that the total? I want to see what the total amount is, because I've also heard that there's been hirings in other departments.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to say we cut this from here, which is true.
Yeah.
But to not say, but we also hired, knew this, knew that. So your difference is negligible.
Yeah. The net. Right. I don't think we cut anything if you look at the net, because after they did all those cuts, we opened multiple new departments and we hired in every board meeting this year. We hired multiple six-figure salaried administrative positions. So even in the most recent one, we approved the attorney for $330-something thousand worth of compensation annually. So and we did that simultaneously while cutting teachers and paraprofessionals and staff. It's just the message is misconstrued when you look at the facts.
Yeah, the math.
So I'm going to play a little clip
mathing.
for you. I don't know, even if you didn't hear it, you've probably heard it a million times, but let's see if you can hear it. We want to get your input on the beach school.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
challenge.
Yeah,
Do you believe that Fort Myers Beach should have a school?
I do. Absolutely.
That is the school superintendent running for office a couple of years ago, and we're way far from that right now. What do you think about having a school on the beach and what she said?
So I watched that. I remember watching that. And then I also remember keeping up with the issue and thinking, how do you promise something and then not meet that commitment? Now I understand that there's arguments saying that it's not viable. We don't have enough kids. It's too much money. But there's a lot of things that don't make sense about it. Like we got FEMA money and it got reallocated to other projects. If there aren't kids out here, then how am I in a board meeting with a mom who's got kids from Fort Myers Beach? It just doesn't make sense. And I know moms out here. So it seems weird to me that we're not offering that. And then not for nothing, but the area is coming back and we have a lot of folks working out here on the island. And to that end, they could be able to put their kids in school out here. So I don't
Especially
really,
if they got affordable workforce housing out here
On the south end.
It would be
oh my gosh.
skyrocketing.
So what is your solution if you were able to talk to the voters on Fort Myers Beach? What would your solution be to a school on the beach?
I think obviously the best case scenario would be a public school, but we know that our school district doesn't want to do that.
Right.
I know that we have the proposition with making it a charter school. I think our school district should be bending over backwards to make sure that that charter school is not only successful, but supported, fully supported. And I say that as a person who's not even particularly a big fan of the charter school system because of voucher issues. But in this scenario, I think that that's what we're going to do. It would be great to have a public school out here. I'm a big supporter of public schools. But if they won't do that, then they need to go head in on supporting this community's charter school.
Do you realize how jaded the voters might be when they hear somebody running for office and then supporting the school now? It's a hard thing for them to overcome.
Yeah, I don't blame them. The trust in our local, I'll keep it to the school district, but the trust in our local school district is eroded because of the things that people have said. Where I'm raised and the background I have is you don't say something unless you mean it, unless you're ready to back it up. I don't believe in this rubber stamping and not standing up for what's right. And I see a lot of that from our board members. They all vote with each other 98.9% of the time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to me that we don't have people standing up and saying, you know what, I know that the rest of you are going to vote a certain way, but for me, as for me in my house, it ain't going to happen.
Right.
So I think we need to have people who aren't afraid to stand up, even if they are the only person.
Yeah. What is your platform to win that seat?
Honestly, it's just talking to people about the budget missteps and how it has made real world impacts on our community. And I always start when I go out canvassing, I go knock on people's doors and I talk to them. And if it's a person who doesn't have kids, they always ask me, well, why should I care about our public schools? I don't got kids in our schools. I don't care. Well, you're a taxpayer.
Right.
Yeah.
And your money's going to this. And also, let's just look around right now in today's world. Are we exactly surrounded by a community that we're happy with? Is this the kind of like community and society that we're happy with? Or would we like to have people who are educated, people who, I don't know, when you go to Walgreens, they can make change for you.
Yeah.
And they don't look
Oh.
at you like your cash is weird, right?
Or if you give if it's $13.59 and you give a different amount, they're like, don't give me the change.
Yeah.
Just let me go with what it says here. And I'm like,
I
okay,
gotta,
you can count up from 59. The next thing is 60.
Let's
Except there's no
subtract it.
pennies now, so it is.
You know, it's so
making it
funny you
difficult.
bring that up. I went to the 7-Eleven on the way to the beach. What is that? Summerlin and whatever that by the VFW. And I got a Diet Coke and I gave the lady, I don't know, the dollar bills. It was like $3.42. And she gave me a quarter and a dime back. And I was like, I know I'm not good at math, but I just walked out like,
That's
does
the
that?
no pennies thing.
That is your public school system not working for the community.
That was the weirdest.
So we need to
Like,
make
I don't really
sure that,
care,
like,
but this doesn't equal $1.
We've got to.
I had to add it up 4 times before I
Yeah.
figured it out. But
Yeah. And think about this. Like we have an aging population here in Lee County. These folks need people who can take care of them,
Yeah.
administer medicine. If they don't even know how to measure medicine, we're in a bad place. So we have to make sure that we invest in our public schools and that they're strong. Not only that, like there's so many other great benefits to having a strong public school system, higher property values, lower crime rates. It just makes sense to invest in our public schools and not disinvest in them and not harm them with our decisions.
so what do you say to the people that say that the school district they're in this giant multi-million-dollar deficit, but they're cutting things because they have to get, the teachers got to go, this got to go, I mean, you have to make cuts everywhere and they're trying to balance the budget. How do you respond to that?
Well, first and foremost, I think they're making the cuts from the wrong places, especially when we're seeing $330,000 salaries being approved at the same time as cuts. That it
For the
doesn't,
attorney is what you're talking
the
about.
optics
it doesn't
are
make
bad,
sense.
yeah.
So
Well, their answer to the attorney was they were outsourcing it anyway so that they wanted to bring it in-house. I did watch
they're
that
still going
meeting.
to have to outsource. So every attorney I spoke to, because when people say something, I go ask. I ask questions from people who are specialists. And I went out to attorneys and I was like, is this true? Is this real? Oh, they're still going to have to outsource.
Yeah.
They're still going to have to go out and get outside counsel. So now we've just increased our costs because we
Well, they
wanted to
didn't bring
have
that up. They
a
didn't
chief
bring
staff
that up.
attorney.
Well, the other thing that I've heard around the block is that a lot of the positions that were cut,
Have you been getting around the block?
I've been getting
I
around.
didn't
I've
know
been
that.
getting
Around the
out,
block.
walking the dog,
Around the
talking to
block a
people.
couple
I've been
times.
canvassing the area, and they're saying, "Well, I was cut, and now I see my position being advertised." It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. This is what I'm hearing. So, if that's going on,
Is it a cheaper salary? Is that why? When you start somebody new?
Well, a
look at
tenured
you
employee-
doing math
Thank you.
over
Thank
there.
tenured employee costs more than a brand new one.
Yeah.
That's just, basic of hiring. So it's unfortunate to hear those kinds of things. And it's also unfortunate when you log in and you look at positions, because I heard that and I started, well, let me go look and see what's open. And I thought, let me look at the admin positions. And there's like 4 high paid administrative positions up right now. In my experience, I worked for a huge company, and any time that we had to make cuts, it always started at the top, and we left like the front level employees for dead last. We didn't want to touch them. And so we would institute hiring freezes so often, and they would last for quite some time. And we would go without essential administrative positions because we didn't want to cut our front workforce.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything like that in our school district. It's like their first stop is that. And then we also have no accounting on how many positions they have combined into one position and made part-time.
One of the things I want people that are watching to know is that if Jada gets 50% plus one of the vote, you're out automatically. They're in the primary. There is no general election. So people do need to get out and vote in August.
Yes, the primary election, I know a lot of people think, oh, it's a closed primary, but it's not closed for school board elections. Anyone can vote in the school board election. So it is so important that you get out in August to vote.
August
it is
18th,
so
I believe.
critical because the future of our school district really depends on it. It's decided in August. And you're right. Whoever takes 50% plus one vote, they're done. The election's over. So don't come to me in September and be like, I can't wait to vote for you.
Yeah, you have to vote in the primary.
I'm like, I already won. Sorry.
So did anyone in the audience have any questions for India? Will, did you have any questions that you want? I want to make sure that.
Do you think there's enough oversight that the board has over?
So the superintendent being elected, that has removed a lot of the oversight they had. However, looking into what few examples there are of an elected superintendent, those boards created policy to put guardrails in place, and our board has not. So we need stronger policies to put more guardrails in place so that things like, we're moving the Buckingham Exceptional Student Center in with Royal Palm Academy don't happen going unchecked.
Right.
Because our board didn't even know about that. And that's another thing. The communication to our board and our community has completely crumbled and broken down.
Let's
So
not
that's
talk
gotta
about
get
the
fixed.
communication.
And that is currently on a pause.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long a pause is.
Well, I do know
I think
that they just spent $450-something thousand on architectural designs for
For
Royal
what?
Palm.
Yeah. All right. So we're getting in the weeds there in a specific place. Why are they building a school in Alva that when there are
Well,
zero
now you-
kids?
That is a great question.
there are
Thank
not
you.
0 kids there,
Well,
but there are.
there's more cows than kids.
Yes.
And it's
Let's
a
build a
curious-
farm.
There's
Yeah.
nobody out there in Alva saying, "Hey, we need a school out here." There's nobody
like
yet.
The whole
Nobody
community
yet.
like showed up to the board meetings to say, please, no. And I that was so funny. I was just talking to them about it. I said, we have 2 communities where the inverse is happening. We have a community where they're building like the biggest, most beautiful school and they don't want it. And then we have a community that desperately wants a public school, Fort Myers Beach, and they refuse to do it. So it speaks volumes to how little we're considering the input from our constituency.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would wonder how that decision, got made. Like, so you're telling me that that's the best place for the overflow of Lehigh is to go all the way out there.
It doesn't make any sense. And when you look at all the other issues that we face as a district with busing,
Right.
issues with like the roads and infrastructure, and
which
they're-
isn't really out there. So they're going to have to put a lot of that
Yeah.
infrastructure in, which will be really convenient if a development goes on.
Wouldn't that be weird,
It
right?
would be weird. That would
Wouldn't
be
that
weird.
be interesting?
Go ahead. You got a question now?
I don't have a question, but I do want to thank India for coming out to the community. And we were talking before the show. I appreciate her listening to our concerns here in the community. She definitely has a pulse, I think, that of understanding. And thanks for your support, whichever direction it goes, public or charter. We're going to need that support if you're on the board. And I would like everybody to know too that I invited India to come out and meet with us. We're going to go over the numbers that we know show there is a need, there is a demand in now and in the future for a school on the island. So I'm going to show those to India so she has that information. And just thank you for coming out.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. And how can people on the beach reach you and help donate to your
Yes,
campaign
definitely.
and all that information?
So they can go to
Thanks, Will.
palenciaforus.com, and it has all of my information there, and they can donate. You can volunteer for my campaign because we definitely need people to help out, make phone calls to people or go out canvassing with us or whatever talents you may have. But we do need donations because we are grassroots. We are not powered by a machine. We are powered by regular people. So if you can donate, that would be super helpful. So palenciaforus.com, and it has my email. It has my number. If you have any concerns or questions or things I should know about, please send them to me because I love talking about public education and I love hearing about people's experiences.
Will, did you say there was going to be like a public meeting that you're going to announce for India, or is it okay? I just want to make sure that if there was
No,
something.
just I asked her to come into town hall.
Okay,
We'll meet.
gotcha.
We'll go over if you
All right.
remember, Ed, the presentation that we had from Metro Forecasting
Yep.
that shows that kind of
Yep,
stuff. We're
okay.
going to go over that. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Will.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
India, and we appreciate it. Good luck,
All right.
and we'll keep putting your information out there. And
All
yeah, I am going to
You're-
shut my mic off for one. All right. Thank you very much for India coming over. And before we get to our next segment, I want to tell you about one of our sponsors, Michael Stewart. Michael Stewart is a structural engineer who'll build your house so it never falls in the dirt and sits there for 2 years on the corner. Everything will be structurally sound, from residential or commercial, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. If you go on Michael Stewart's Facebook page right now, he just signed off on a brand new residential building here on Fort Myers Beach. So you should check that out. Then you can see all the work that he does when he partners with contractors. He'll make sure everything's up to FEMA codes. And it's all about service with Michael Stewart. So give him a call right now, 232-292 and 7670. 232-292-7670. And before we get to our friends at What's Up FNB to talk about the fireworks, we have some new friends here that came down from Ohio that have a great story to tell about Fort Myers Beach, right?
Which one?
About how you started and when you started coming down here and why you love coming down to Fort Myers Beach.
Keep it
Just,
close.
yeah, nice and close.
Okay. I started coming as a child. We stayed at Lighthouse with my parents. And at the time, Lighthouse was owned by a couple from Norwalk, Ohio.
Not the same group now. Not,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But it was a couple from
Keep it
Norwalk.
close. There you go.
Norwalk, and they also had beach cottages. So that was great. I mean, half of us stayed there, half of us stayed at the houses. And it's just always been
What
so
year was
special.
that?
Oh, God.
You're getting too close.
I said when
now.
I was a child.
Okay, so 3-4 years ago when you were a
Right,
child, you
right,
started
right.
coming to the beach, and you still are coming down now. So
This
you
is
wa-
my first time back since Ian.
really?
We had come in May, the end of May before Ian. And I
Did you come every year? Was
not
it a
every
yearly?
year,
Okay.
but as a child, maybe. I mean, this was our spot. This is
Uh-huh.
where they always brought us. And then I
As
started
an
coming-
adult, you started.
We
you
started
carried
coming
on
back.
that
Yeah.
tradition.
Where do you stay now when you come?
Right now, this is our first time back, and we're at Diamond Head.
Very nice. Very, nice.
Beautiful beach. It's changed a lot as far as the cottage feel,
Mhm.
but it's really coming back. I'm really glad we finally made
Yeah.
the trip.
You
to
said you
see
were
it.
watching our coverage of the storm.
Oh my gosh. Devastated. Sat in Ohio and watched you. I didn't know anything about you before that. Sorry.
Nobody did.
I say that all the time.
But I sat at home and I was devastated. I was tears in my eyes, and I found stuff you were posting, and I don't think I took my face out of that phone for days, and I was in tears. It's
so the big question I wanted to ask you is all the places that you go on vacation after you see what has happened to Fort Myers Beach, yet you decided to eventually come back here. Why?
We actually went to Clearwater Beach and Lauderdale by the Sea the last couple of years. It just doesn't have the vibe. It doesn't have, the people here are so wonderful. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind.
It's
Everybody's
more like a hometown rather than a vacation.
It is.
Yeah.
And to see what has gone on, it was, I'm sure everyone here, my hearts just went out for everyone here. It was so horrible, but everybody's got such a good outlook on the comeback, which is just a great thing to see.
Well,
the beach is a little long, but
and wider.
The width is what gets to us, but it's beautiful. It is coming back. If you've had any doubts about whether or not to come and support them, there's plenty to do. You will not be disappointed.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. We are so excited to see you back here.
It's wonderful.
On Fort Myers Beach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Buckeyes. Thank you.
She said to me as she was coming up, she's like, he's not going to embarrass me, is he? And
No.
I'm like,
Why would I do that? I saved that for Sundays. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may have heard that the fireworks are back on this 4th of July. You may not have heard that Terry Prasad has not donated a single penny to the fireworks, but that's a different story. And now I wanted to say it before you guys came up. Introducing our guests for the next segment. We have from What's Up FMB, we have Dawn Miller, Karen Woodson, and from the town of Fort Myers Beach, Abigail, who's setting up her phone. I can send you any video you want. Karen, welcome. Dawn's got she's got the most popular item on Fort Myers Beach right now. She doesn't want to sit next to me. Thank you for coming. Karen is the most honest council member that has ever been elected to Fort Myers Beach, but that's also another story for another day.
And I got nailed because of it. So
So
works.
Who wants to start, Dawn? Why don't you start with the bag? Let's get an update on the bag.
All right. Well, okay. So first off, I will show the newest charm is on here. We've got the Joe Boo Fest charm out now.
Okay.
So you can come by the whale today and pick that one up. So Joe Boo's in there. Anyways, the bags will be here in a few more weeks. The second round buyers can start crawling now. They have to go down to the Islander and pick up their stamp card, and they can start going around. We've got more charms coming. There's 9 new businesses that are participating in the charm crawl, so they'll be coming in soon. It's doing great. It's doing exactly what it was supposed to do. Get people to come to your location, see what you're about. Spend some money, maybe not. Not everybody's charging for the charms, but
When you first launched the first bag, is this the second bag? Are they different colors? Is that how it's working?
This is a first bag, and we do have a few different colors. The pink and the blue is really popular, so we kept that. But we've got a purple coming and a red, some other fun colors, orange.
I have to be honest. When this first came out, I was like, what is it? She sent me an email saying, you want to be part of this.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I had never heard of this before, but any idea that Dawn comes up with, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. And I had no idea. I pick up a bag of 500 charms with our logo on it, and all of a sudden people are coming out of the woodwork asking for the charms.
Yeah.
And we charge $5 for ours for the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club, and anybody can do whatever they want. I know the cleaning lady is charging $10 for the Women's Club, and some other businesses are saying come in and buy something or other, and that's the plan. Get people in the businesses.
Right. Yeah, the whale, you can get a cocktail. Today it's going to be a rum drink because it's Joe Boo Fest Day, which is why I'm here for Joe Boo Fest.
Yeah. Well, let's save that for last.
Okay.
So we have the fireworks coming up, and that's on the 4th of July. And so how is the town involved? And take it away, Abby.
Well, it's more than just fireworks, Ed.
That's right.
But I think I was talking to Dawn, talking to Karen, and on Fort Myers Beach, we are better when we're united. And I think
Right.
we had the 30th and it was a great event, but what was missing was What's Up FMB. What was missing was the local businesses and the people that make Fort Myers Beach great. So we said this time around, it has to be in partnership with What's Up FMB. We have to get people involved and engaged that understand this community. So we are going to be doing a ceremony at Bayside Park. It's called Freedom by the Bay. And it's going to be in collaboration with What's Up FMB,
Right.
and we have some fantastic sponsors. It's going to be an homage to the veterans and all of the people that have served and live in Fort Myers Beach and outside Fort Myers Beach.
And there's going to be music.
Yeah.
All right.
Dawn, do you
the-
want to tell us about the music?
Yeah, the dedication will go from like 4 to 4:45, and then the music will start from 5 to 8. And
Right.
then to keep people retained down here before the fireworks, and then obviously the fireworks start at dusk.
Yeah, and Karen's a board member at What's Up FNB. Just
I
want to make sure
am.
people know.
Yeah. Dawn dragged me into the, no, I'm kidding. No, Dawn is our fearless leader, president, founder, basically, of What's Up FMB. I'm vice president. And this is really a total collaboration with the town. The town, as everybody knows, has budget restraints. There was no way to pay for the fireworks. So as a result, we went out on the donation call and we got the barge donated first off. We had businesses, we had individuals, we had everybody come forward to help us reach that 130,000 mark. So we are there. We were able to present that check to the town at the last town council meeting. Okay,
Yeah.
it was fabulous.
A lot of money.
And we are going to move right into New Year's Eve as soon as we get through Jobu Fest.
Right.
And we get our final numbers, because we don't know if it's going to be more expensive or less expensive for New Year's Eve. But as soon as we get those final numbers, we're going to start moving right into New Year's Eve rally donations for January 31st for fireworks. Yeah.
Back to the 4th of July, there's also a parade, which the town is
Right.
spearheading. So what are the details to get involved in the parade?
Yes. So you want to contact Neil over at Bay Oaks. What he's doing right now is he's putting together all of the participants. So if you would like to have a float, if you would like to have a vehicle, please contact Neil and he can get you set up. I think we still have half the spots left. So we definitely want to
I
get
have
people
to
in
sign
the
up. I
parade.
haven't done it yet.
No worries.
We have half less one.
Yeah. Well, we have one reserved for you anyway.
Okay,
Dawn.
good.
That's a given.
Perfect.
And there were some concerns. Obviously, we've had a really bad drought here in Southwest Florida, so there were concerns the fireworks may not happen. But I have heard that they're going to be rescinding that drought message, so we will be able to do fireworks. They will be able to do, I think, fireworks inland as well. So no worries there.
Fantastic.
Good to
And they'll
go.
be over the water anyway. So,
We just
and
need to
hopefully not a
all,
windy night.
we just all need to pray for no fog, because there's nothing you can do about that when that happens. But the
Well,
parade,
that was New Year's Eve.
yeah, the parade starts at the library.
Correct.
And we'll come. We're just so that people in Times Square know where is the route going when you get to this spot.
So it's technically, I believe, Bay Oaks.
Bay
That's
Oaks
where
and
it
the library.
starts to
Yep.
line up, and then I think it comes out onto Estero and then finishes right down here on Olson Carter.
Right. It typically finishes just on the other side of Times Square.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of corrals up there until the parade's done, and then we fight our way back.
Yeah, I just want to
It'll be
make sure
fun.
because Tom gets a lot of people at La Ola, and he's always asking, okay, are they going down Crescent or are they coming our way? So, but they will go.
No. They're going to go around Times Square
Good.
and then it'll head north on Estero to drop off all the people.
Sweet.
But it'll end at the Times Square area.
Perfect.
Basically.
And when you say Neil, who is Neil so people know?
Oh, Neil is he basically runs Bay Oaks.
Okay.
So yeah. if
And there's a
you've ever-
Facebook page for Bay Oaks. You can go on the Bay Oaks Facebook page, and that's where you get the information. For
You
the
can
parade.
also send me a message at publicinfo@fmbgov.com, and I'm happy to forward that along. It's really a collaboration this year as we try and figure out who's going to run the parade next year internally. But
Is Neil leaving?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's just,
Wanna make sure Neil's
it's
okay.
a lot on them to
Yeah.
have them run it. And really, it should be kind of me running it, but it's my first year. So
Yeah.
I'm really lucky to have Neil.
You're learning.
still
You're in the learning
spearheading.
mode.
I am.
So
but-
the barge is going to be moved down a little bit more toward the whale for obvious reasons, not over by, I think, it used to be on the other side of the pier, right? And now it's going to be closer, a little bit closer.
Yeah, it's coming down a little bit just because of the conditions.
Yeah, of the pier.
down at-
Of Times
yeah.
'Cause
Square.
some people
and-
like to swim
Right.
around the pier. I don't know if
Right,
you've
yeah,
seen that.
that's not good, but yeah.
Well, between
Don't
the
do
Times
that.
Square and Crescent Park under construction and
Yeah.
everything else, we just thought it'd be better and safer
Sure.
to get a lot of people further down. But that doesn't take away from anything that's
Oh, no.
going on through the whole
Still see
day
it.
or the parade or anything like that. So.
See it from everywhere. Now, anything else on the 4th of July or the parade or the
Yeah.
fireworks? Go ahead.
I'd like to talk about the Freedom by the Bay because it's going to be, a big dedication to our veterans, right? But we've got a lot of surprises that are going to happen that day. So please get your veteran out there. We have one in our family, which is Bob, and I said you will be here for the 4th of July.
Yep.
So I'll give one little sneak peek into it, and that is that the back of Bayside Park will be an entire flag. So
Sweet.
It's massive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
massive. So
And Dawn, there's going to be a special, and Karen, there's going to be a special surprise for veterans
Yep,
potentially.
there'll be a surprise, and as many veterans that we can get in uniform, if it still fits. My
That'd be
husband
awesome.
lost
We are looking
his.
at you, Will.
Yeah, my husband lost his in Ian, and so I'm sending him up to McDill to get the full
Wow.
dress blues going on again. Get everyone. You may sweat to death, but he's going to be in dress blues.
We got to get Joe Kaczynski to come to the event.
Everybody.
He was the one
Yep.
that got the Quilt of Valor from the folks at the library. We interviewed him last week. But if you need help finding folks, we can contact the VFW off the beach and see
And
how they can
what
help.
about the flags? I saw you had posted something.
Yep.
For looking to line
Yeah.
Estero Boulevard and the old neighborhoods and everything else in flags.
It's coming
And
along.
that's a whole volunteer.
People can donate flags if they're watching from
Mm-hmm.
outside of Fort Myers Beach. We have a wish list, and they started to come to our house. And we're going to do on July 3rd, where I haven't told you this yet, but we're going to meet at the Whale and distribute the flags so people can go out, if that's okay with you, on the 3rd to put them out. And then we'll come back to the Whale, of course, after we put them
Did you
out.
get a permit, Ed?
I got full approval from the man at the
it's
top.
approved. I've heard it's approved from the town
And
manager.
the other thing that helps out a lot when we do this, or when we did this, was if you have a business on Estero and you want to adopt your little area in front, makes it easy. We basically go and fill in the blanks where there's empty properties and have a bunch of volunteers to fill in the blanks so that we can line it from one end to the other. So if you want to donate flags, you can go on the wish list that we have on our website, or you can tell me. You can start to see on our Facebook page that businesses are starting to pick up with donating their little spot. And Rebecca Link, Councilmember Link, said she was going to put them out on part of it, and she asked how far apart. I think they were 3 to 5 feet apart, so they could. You want it to look cool as you're driving by, and it really did. It was like 15,000 flags we got.
Are we going to
last
have
time.
drone coverage of that?
You know, I don't. Well, I tried to use a drone once. It didn't go well. So if you guys know anybody that has a drone, that would be
Yeah,
neat.
anyone who has a drone and is willing to give us some drone coverage on that, that
Yeah.
would be
I know who
The
does.
fire department just got a drone. We could ask. We could ask them. If
All
they would
right.
Maybe.
that's
Dave,
exciting.
Dave
Chief
from
Worth,
Remove
you're
It Pros.
on.
I will also add,
Please,
don't
please,
ask Mike to
yes.
fly the drone.
Uh-oh. I think we went to the same drone school together.
I bet he did.
Dave from Remove It Pros has a drone, and I'm sure he'll do that. He's
Yeah,
done some
Dave's a
great
good
stuff.
guy.
for us,
That'd be
yeah.
great.
Dawn, do you want to talk about the musical performances? I know that you were really excited about who you
Well,
got.
no, I am very excited, but I completely blanked on who is performing that day.
Red Hall.
No,
Uh,
it didn't end up being Red Hannah.
okay.
They couldn't get their. I think it was their drummer was unavailable, so we got somebody else. But
I can drum for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually playing the trumpet, but I've played drums before.
Well,
No,
we
that's-
got
We want people to actually kind of.
whoever we got, they're good.
Can I play the
It's a-
national anthem on my trumpet during the ceremony on the 4th of July?
Really, you can do that? Or
Yeah.
You just, yeah.
No, I can't.
Like, wow.
I tried to learn
Mad
myself, but the
skills.
dogs didn't like it very
Yeah.
much in the house. So until the dogs die, trumpet's in the closet. Hey, your banner's upside down. Why'd you do that?
I didn't do anything. It's the way it was handed or left.
So what
I
were
need
you
to
going
fix
to
it.
talk about the bands?
Well, I can't remember who it was.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry to put you on the spot.
Why do we
like
have
that.
you on if you
It's
don't know?
going to
who
be a
the band is?
fantastic band. Trust us, it'll be perfect.
It's going to be fun. And
Now,
it's,
what time is it again?
5 to 8.
5
so
to
we
8.
have it's a solid
Nice.
concert.
People
Yeah.
love sitting at that park and
Right,
watching the
yeah.
music.
They do.
Man, when I look at those
They do.
videos and see that, they really love that. It was really a great idea. Do you know where the plaque is from the old Bayside Park? Do you have any idea where that is? No, never mind.
No, where's the plaque?
It's an inside joke. Dan
Oh,
and
okay.
I,
Yeah.
Karen knows what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you're talking about. I'm not going to comment. Let's keep it nice.
Yeah.
Keep it nice.
I'm new. I don't
So
know.
lastly, if we're done with 4th of July, we have a Jobu Fest thing tonight. I saw the stage was up. By the way, do you know when that 7-Eleven is going to open? Do you have any idea?
It was June
June
13th.
Are they having
17th?
some
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
ceremony?
supposed to be June 1st, but I think it's pushed back now to June 13th or 15th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got the date.
Who did you get it from? I mean, I
Oh.
can't find anybody
So, we're
that
good
works
friends
at.
with the contractor.
Oh, all right. Well, you didn't get it from
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
Eric's the man.
All right.
Eric is the man.
So mid-June for that one. That's going to be great. Another open business
Right,
on Fort
yeah.
Myers Beach. Yeah, awesome.
we might have had a sneak peek into the slushies out there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you got a big party tonight. By the way, last weekend they did the car show. It was last weekend, right? Down at
Yeah.
Santini
Yeah,
Plaza.
yeah.
You're going to do more of those.
Right. June 20th, we're doing the classic car show. And I've talked to Ferrari and Corvette clubs and hopeful to get them curated and down there and find a location for them to go to. I need to get other restaurants and businesses involved. It can't always be at the Whale. So I would like to get more people involved. So
Sweet.
and if you didn't know, I do have this parking lot over here for all the events, but we don't plan to use it all the time. You know, Norm's Parking's doing the next one, so
All right.
we won't need it for that one. But
All
yeah,
right, what's happening tonight?
Jobu Fest. So so just to tell everybody a little bit of background, I was talking to a friend of mine about how every year there's a hurricane, it's going to hit Tampa, and they say they've got the Indian burial grounds and it protects them, and the hurricane turns and comes down here and hits us. So I was like, we've got to do something to ward
gotta
off
pray to the gods.
hurricanes. So she said, well, you're from Ohio. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, Jobu. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I had to go watch the movie. What's the name of that movie?
Little League or something?
Major League.
Major
League. So I had to go watch the movie, and it's hilarious. And he gives him rum and cigars. And I think I just heard somebody say fried chicken so that he can hit a curveball. So we are doing the same thing with our Jobu, and his shrine is up. He's over there. We give him rum and cigars and beg him to keep the hurricanes away from our island. So it worked last year. It was
Oh
our
my
first year
God.
to do it. So
It was crazy last year because it was in the Sandy Bottoms parking lot, and everybody that lived on Fort Myers Beach was in that parking lot.
yeah,
for
they
that
were.
party.
They were
It
all
was
there. I
crazy.
hope they're all here today.
And it was
too.
so much fun. So
Right.
is it going to be in the back parking lot and inside the restaurant? Because that's where you have a stage.
Right. The stage is out in the back. So the performance and the whole, well, hopefully, I mean, look at this weather here. We'll be out in the stage, and the ritual, Mike's dedication, will be on the stage.
What
as well.
time will that be? Just
That's at 5:45.
5:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll do that, finish up. The band will play one or two more songs, and then it's move on, go get your dinner, go in the Whale, go wherever you want. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's over by 6:15.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's hope it works.
Yeah. Any other events that are coming up that you want people to know about that you're working on? I know.
Well, you know what? I do want to point out that you missed our meeting, our last meeting that we had, and I had a turtle there for the Illuminations Parade.
Oh,
you missed it.
I did miss
So
it.
tell Mike to fix the other two that I have, and we'll do like a little mini parade. Maybe we can come down here in front of Margaritaville in the evening.
When is that?
That's going to be November the 7th.
All right.
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, the
And
first
I-
one was bigger than anyone expected, and it was just
Yep.
something, another crazy idea you pulled out of your ear that worked great. So,
And the next
Karen?
all around one is Mullet Fest.
Yes.
That is July 25th. July 25th, the Saturday. And if any of you were participating last year, you won't have to hold the slimy, gross mullet this year
What?
if you don't want to. They'll be there, but
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have to. There's going to be options, alternatives that
Yeah.
you can toss.
Good idea.
Not the slimy mullet. but
It was a work in progress last
yeah,
year. That's
but
for sure.
it'll be great.
So and
Nothing to be taken away from it.
By the way, the stop sponsors for that, I'm pretty sure are sold out.
wow,
Yeah.
because
so-
everybody had a good turnout last year.
Yeah, they did. So yeah, 12 stops this year. Of course, they're not all bars, so that's good, right?
Really.
Yeah, there's shops and everything.
There's
So you don't
Nice.
you don't have to have
and
a
that
drink
type
at
of
every
thing. Yeah.
location.
And lastly, the town announced a new town hall for June. So I know Abby wants to talk about that.
Yeah, I believe it's. Let's talk about that.
You posted something on Facebook. I thought I was going to give you a free plug. You have a town hall coming up
I
in
think-
June.
Oh, yes. I'm
The-
sorry.
The town hall
So yes,
meeting.
no. This is a
Who works for the
wonderful-
town? You or me? I mean,
Yes, so that's June 18th. And that is actually, it's in partnership with an organization that we have contracted or hired to help us bring back rejuvenation, revitalization to Old San Carlo. And so I don't know if you've ever been to a city and they have like a central business district where they kind of have like a special partitioned off district that has certain tax benefits. And so this has been part of a larger effort to fill some of the business spots and vacancies on Old San Carlo. But a big part of it is them doing community outreach and understanding the dynamics of Fort Myers Beach. And
Right.
so they're going to be coming down. They're going to be doing focus groups. They're going to be understanding the pain points around businesses.
is
and-
that something you want the public to come to, or is that a different?
No,
thing?
we do. We want the
Okay.
public to come. It's just not. It's in partnership with another organization, so they're kind of hosting it. But it's hard data and research, which is one thing that we don't have on the beach. We don't have a lot of data as to why we haven't recovered faster than other communities. So we're trying to get that data, and we're trying to ascertain what some of the stops are and what some of the challenges have been. And so they're going to be putting together hard facts, understanding the numbers, understanding business owners and what some of their revenue and data sources are, just to really.
I kind of feel like the beach is recovering quite nicely. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's getting
it
there.
really is. I mean, I was walking on Chapel Street with Alex today, behind where the old church was, and they're building a nice big house over there. I mean, the residential is coming along sweet. Don't you agree, Dawn? I mean, you live on the island. What do you think
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, residential is moving along fabulous.
Yeah.
We had a house, the pieces that come in. We had one of those on our street. We've had two homes rebuilt on our street that were destroyed in Ian. So that's really good. So
Yeah, and a lot of
Well,
these
thank
homes.
you for saying that.
Yeah, and a
I-
lot of these homes are never going to be destroyed again. I mean, they're up higher.
Right.
It's got to be a crazy Ian plus for
Right,
these homes to
yeah.
be destroyed. So, anything else going on you guys want to promote, or anything? Anything?
Oh, we're going to be launching a big campaign with Mango the Flamingo.
Yeah.
So look out for Mango. We're trying to get people not to use fertilizer during the summer. I don't know if anyone lives around Buccaneer Lagoon, you know that there were
I
some
heard about it.
challenges,
yeah.
some bad smells because fertilizer likely got into the water. And so we are going to be putting out pink flamingos just as a reminder to everyone, don't use fertilizer. So if you do not use fertilizer, put out a pink flamingo on your yard in solidarity.
I have a giant pink
Thank you.
flamingo.
Yeah, we both have huge pink flamingos. Mine's
I love
mine's in the backyard.
flamingos. My
though, so-
favorite
All
animal
right,
is a
I want to see
flamingo.
all your pink flamingos. Ours is named Mango. So name yours.
Mine is Flo, as
Yes.
in Flo Rita.
All
Love
right.
that.
No, I have not named mine.
Yes.
Sorry.
And so tonight at 5:00, we'll all be at the Whale for Job U Fest.
Or 3,
Yeah.
or 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'll
But-
be there at 4.
And the official ceremony is at 5:45. So
Right,
you
correct.
if you want to be fashionably late, don't be that fashionably late.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss the ceremony. It's quite interesting, and I think Mike just makes it up as he goes along. As he goes-
No, he's got a doctrine to read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
All
the
right.
scroll? I'm
He's
professional.
got a scroll doctrine.
When is your next meeting?
Oh, June.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll just
I
put
don't
it-
know the
we'll-
exact
We'll
date.
put it up
Second,
there when we
Wednesday,
find out.
second Wednesday in June
All right.
at Diamond Head.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for the fireworks, and we'll
you,
all
Ed.
see you all tonight. Big hand for our What's Up FFB and Abigail from the Fort Myers Beach PIO office. We appreciate those guys coming on and everything. I do. I think there might be one in that bucket. Is there a charm in that bucket, dear? If not, I'll bring it tonight, Karen. By the way, I'll say that after this. I do want to tell everybody about our second sponsor of the show, the Islands Pancake House, which is located in the Seagrape Plaza. The Islands Pancake House has all indoor dining with air conditioning, free parking, a full bar. They have a sister location on Big Pine Key the Island Pancake House Bar and Grill. It's at mile marker 30, serving breakfast and lunch. And stop by the Seagrape Plaza, the Island Pancake House, and see Brian and Stacy, because they're really super nice people. If you like nice people and great food and a full liquor bar, because nothing is better than whiskey and pancakes, people. Try it. Kim tells me it's delicious. Island's Pancake
I'm
House.
sitting next to some nice people. They're
Yes.
just to my right, not to my left.
Yes, yes. All righty. Let's see. Oh, the ladies from the Women's Club are here, everybody.
Good
Can we get a
morning.
big hand for Megan and Mary?
Well, and you're part of the women's
And
club.
I am.
Yeah.
I hope my membership
You're a
is
women's club member.
still
Is
valid.
it still in good standing? Is he still in good
It
standing?
is, as long as he keeps working on that beer event with
Yes.
me, then he's in good standing.
We have a Beer and Suds event coming up October the 10th. That's one date I'm never going to need help on. It's going to be at Bay Oaks in the big open field, and things are coming along great. We're going to
I
have a
wouldn't
stage.
say that. It's likely you will forget your
Oh, I thought you
birthday
were going
at
to say
some
it's
point.
not a big open field.
Oh, no.
But by the way, before I forget this, we are giving away your choice of prizes. This bucket here has a sheet in it. We're giving away your choice of pool passes, a $50 gift certificate to Margaritaville, or 2 chairs and umbrellas. Just take the bucket and fill it out if you want to, and we'll draw the winner at the end of the show. And so the music that we're working on is Briz & Lady, because we love them. They're super nice
Mhm.
people. They were
Pretty
playing.
exciting.
They were playing up here last week and right outside during the event that you had for Adam Botana. Now, before we get
The Women's Club did not have an event for Adam Botana.
okay, never mind then. I will not say anything further from that. Wait,
That was a privately hosted event.
That was
Okay.
hosted by Don and Brian Thomas and Tom and Mary Torgerson.
okay. And you talk about Mary Torgerson in the third person, like she's not sitting here.
No, because right now I have my Women's Club hat on.
That's
I see.
right.
That night I did not have my
I
Women's
see.
Club
Oh,
hat
well,
on.
so confusing sometimes. I saw everybody from the women's club there, and it was like, oh, it's a women's club thing, but all right. Are you allowed to say anything as a result of what was said behind those doors?
I think the only thing that I would say is that it was really good to have a Representative Botana come here and do an update, talk about the things that he's been working for on behalf of Fort Myers Beach. He talked about the things that he put into the bill that just got turned over to Governor DeSantis. And there's some things in there for Fort Myers Beach, and I think that's a win. And, not everybody is a fan of Mr. Botana, and those voices were heard as well. And I think it's just a good opportunity to have the representatives that represent us here and talking to us about everything that's going on.
Absolutely. We're pretty lucky that our representatives are so open to coming down to the beach and really listening to the people that we have here. And to your point, different opinions. And we are really fortunate that we have representatives that are always willing to do that for us.
Yeah, we were able to do our Thursday night show there because there was so much excitement behind
saw
there. It
it.
was me and Dan, the mayor, not in the mayor's like you. He wasn't wearing his mayor's hat. He was wearing his Dan
how
hat.
that works?
And Brian Hammond came down, the Lee County Commissioner. So
Oh, he was wearing his commissioner hat.
he was.
Yeah.
And he's so great too. Whenever we want to have an interview, he comes, and it's nice to see him come to the beach. And I think he stuck around for Adam's presentation too. He's a good guy. And so there's nothing specific about anything that we want to say, right? Okay. Gotcha.
I
All right.
can kick him at
No,
any moment.
I would like to say
I'm
it.
not sure what's going on, but I
would like to say it, but I think we're worried that we might jinx it, so
We-
we're not saying
We
it.
just have we have women's club stuff that we want to
Yes.
throw out there today.
So do
There's
I.
a cone of silence.
But anyway, Megan's going to knock me out after this show or tomorrow. But we invited you here because tomorrow's the last day for the wall, but go right ahead.
Yeah. So most of everyone that watches Beach Talk Radio and sitting in this vicinity knows that the Women's Club lost their building during Hurricane Ian. We launched a capital campaign in 2024, directly followed by Helene and Milton. However, we have continued to do some fundraising. And for those that don't know, am I like, okay. For those that don't know, one of the fundraising aspects we have is a mosaic wall. And it's called the Yellow Army Lounge wall. Is that what it's called? Anyway, if you for $50 donation goes directly to the rebuild of the women's club, you will get to add your picture onto a mosaic wall. When we rebuild, it'll be a 9 by 13 foot wall that has all the mosaics in it, and there'll be an interactive monitor. So then you go up and look at the pictures. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to our website, fmb-wc.org, and you scroll down and it says we're rebuilding. Are you able to pull it up on your camera? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, the wall is made up of everybody's pictures that they donate to the wall. And they'll have the ability to walk up to this stand, put in their name, and it will pull up where their pictures are on the mosaic wall so they can see where they're at. The mosaic, as you step back from it, actually is an aerial view of our island.
Yes.
Very cool.
Good job.
Very, very
I
cool.
put my 5 up there yesterday.
You did. I saw them.
And it's a tax-deductible donation. If you put your picture up there, it's up there forever.
Yep.
So please do that. It helps for the rebuild. Where are we on the rebuild?
We are in March. The town did approve our CPD. Our engineer, Jim Ink with Ink Engineering, who's been heaven sent. He's volunteered, donated all of his time and services, is currently working on our development order and our permitting. We also announced at that time in March that we have a great partnership with Vesselcraft Building and Cole Stinson, who's a beach kid. And he has brought some subcontractors with some heavy gift in kind for the rebuild. So that's a huge win. And we are hoping, if everything goes as planned, we will be shovels in the ground by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. We're pretty excited.
Very
wow.
excited.
That's great. That's amazing.
When the building is done, what will the use be?
Well, we do have a community room that is eligible. Before the storm, we had a wedding there with beach kids 4 days before Ian. You'll be able to. We had condo associations do meetings there. We had other nonprofits have events there. We're looking towards doing all those things. We'll have a boardroom. So
our own events.
Our own events.
Yeah.
We'll have a home again.
We've been holding Christmas tree festivals in parking lots for years now.
Yeah. So speaking of the events, what is the next event that we have?
Well, the next one is a social, and that is June 18th. Ironically, it's at Lanio's, a happy hour 4 to 7.
I meant one of the big events, like
the
Putt
beer
Pub,
fest.
the beer fest,
Beer fest.
and then the Christmas tree festival will be after that.
December 11th and 12th.
Where do we know we haven't that yet, or we're still working on that?
It is going to be at Margaritaville one more time
Okay,
this year.
cool, very nice. And then hopefully next year it'll be in our building.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
that would be a win.
Yeah.
What do you think will be what will be the first event you think you'll have?
The
at
party
the new
for open the building.
One hell of a party.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And that's
Yeah, grand opening.
Are you gonna like a vessel, like when you break the champagne?
Champagne bottle, christen it. Christen it.
I feel like since it's built by Vesselcraft, that
I know plenty of our members have come with champagne, so it would not surprise me if it's been christened.
Will you guys be at Joe Bew Fest tonight?
Well,
Possibly.
I know how to get there from here.
Yeah. Why do
I
you
just
keep?
think you pronounce it. It's Jobu.
I was saying Jabu Fest. I mean, I've never even seen the movie, so I didn't know what it was until Dawn came up with this idea. She's got like the craziest ideas I've ever seen. People are walking around with these goofy bags that they love.
I just think she doesn't sleep.
If I see a dude walk around with that bag,
Zero,
that's when I'm
yes.
running in the other direction.
What is that? I think you need some
It's
of
for my
that
wife.
sleep
It's for my
stuff.
yeah, sure it is. Matches your shirt. So no, it's
mosaic. Back to the mosaic wall real
Okay.
quick, because we have a limited amount of time that the wall is still active.
Tomorrow is the last day you can put up your picture. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time to do it, because after tomorrow, we won't be able to add your pictures anymore.
all right. Thank you
So
very much.
Pull that lever, write that check,
Yeah. Anything else going on?
and get
that,
your face up there.
And it's actually a really easy process. I mean, you
Yes,
just
simple.
you go in, you hit add your pictures. It asks you how many. You put your payment in. You upload the pictures you want. You can put in a caption for yourself, and you hit save.
And it doesn't, or maybe it does. I mean, I guess it can be any picture. It could be a picture you took of the beach. It doesn't have to be your face. If you find your face, you don't want it up there.
All right. Anything else, ladies? Go right
don't-
ahead. It's your
Nope,
time.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. We'll see you tomorrow
you
with
for
the
having
mayor,
us.
I think. And thank you, Mary. And enjoy your summer.
I shall. You as
Yes,
well.
Yes,
Ted.
thank you very much. All right. Big hand for the
Thank you.
So
Fort
weird.
Myers Beach Women's Club, everybody. It's
so
not weird,
weird.
dear. It's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. So tomorrow, I'm trying to shut those mics up, but this mechanism doesn't work. Is our show with the mayor at 10 o'clock. We'll be at Wahoo Willie's. If you guys from Ohio want to come to Wahoo Willie's after a nice lunch here. And then on Thursday, when Dan and I interview Susan France, who is running for Jenna Persons Mullica's seat in the House, we're going to be at Backstreet Yard, or whatever the heck the name is. What is the name of the food truck park? Backyard Street or Backstreet Yard, whatever that food truck park is by down this you know where I'm talking. Backyard Social. Not the one downtown, because the names are kind of close.
No, the one down off of Tree Line.
Yeah, and
towards
Alico.
Alico.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing the show live from that location
Backyard Social.
this Thursday, and then in June there's
It's the Gabapentin.
it's the Gabapentin. Oh my God. I can't remember anything anymore. My back feels good, but my memory is going. Like this morning,
No, I mean,
I get up at 4 o'clock this morning, so
I
I'm
said you've
totally
got Wilson's
organized.
syndrome.
You know, I got to go out and catch the frogs. I got to take the dogs out. I got to make sure I have everything in the truck. And so I make sure I have everything in the truck because I have to drop the stuff off here. Then I got to go to Chapel Street to meet Alex King for a walk around. And the thing I need the most is the wireless microphones to hook into my phone. And I completely forgot the wireless microphones.
Not only
this morning.
that, but
and I forgot to
last
take my
night-
pill.
Last night we were going to the Cape and we get in the car to drive together, and we get not too far, but a
3
couple of
miles.
miles, and he's like, he starts banging on his steering wheel. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, what?
I forgot all of this
All the
equipment that you
equipment.
have here to go to
Like
Cape
not
Coral.
like just the camera,
Everything.
or just a microphone. Everything.
I've-
I'm like, your whole day. This is your one
Yeah, it's
job.
not like I ever leave the house.
You've
but
got
now,
one thing to keep track of. And then he's like, of course he's in a hurry, and he already got pulled over because he ran through a stop sign,
Yeah.
which they were out again today.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you need to slow down. And I'm thinking it's one thing. You have one
well, the thing now is it's so hot that I don't want to leave these things in the truck. So I take everything out and I put it in the same spot, and then I don't put everything back in for some reason. And I really think I need to go to the doctor. Something is
No.
mechanically
I
wrong
know
with
you're
my
just
brain.
so busy. Every time I come home, every time I get up, come home, whatever, every transition in my day, you are laying on the couch with the iPad in front of your face.
Scrolling through pictures
You're like
of the
the
grandson.
opposite of Dawn Miller.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank God I don't need to
You're
do what
like
she's
taking
doing.
too much of the sleep medication, and she's taking none.
Yeah. So if you're driving around today, it's no joke. They are watching everything you do.
Stop at your stop sign.
I just got a text from Jan O'Brien. They are over by Lover's Key, and they've got people pulled over. So you need to drive the speed limit, and you need to stop a full stop at the stop signs. Do not
All
roll
four wheels need
through
to
the stop sign, and that's good. They want people. Yesterday, there were so many sheriff's deputies on Fort Myers Beach that I got a call from several people. What's going on? What's going on? And so I call the office, and they say nothing's going on. It's just extra police presence because the kids had a half a day, and people like to go to the beach when there's a half a day. So there were no reported incidents or anything. So you're seeing an increased police presence or sheriff's deputies presence, and it's the summertime, and people love to go
It
to the beach.
isn't another, yes.
Yeah, and
One-
so that's
one
just
more day.
obey the laws out there. And by the way, if you're coming to the beach, try and sneak a peek, look at Crescent Park. It's coming along so nice with all these palm trees that they have already planted over there. They got the pavers in too. It's going to really look spectacular. And I think, if I remember right, a couple more months and it's going to be done. Like by the end of this year, I think that's what they told me. But there's so many projects going on. You got this, you got Lynn Hole Park. A lot of things going, a lot of residential buildings going up. And next month, we're doing a groundbreaking. I say we, like I put any effort into it, at the food truck park. And Sandy Bottoms is getting work on. Do you have an opening date for that you're shooting for? December of this year. Another piece of the puzzle down in by Seagrave Plaza-ish. When all those locations open there, it's going to be super cool. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. But before you hang up the phone, I need to tell you about our final sponsor of the day, and that's Power Block Builders. Homes by Power Block, an elevated home builder because you want your homes elevated here on Fort Myers Beach. The team specializes in creating resilient, safe, and beautifully crafted homes where new memories can flourish and last forever. Do you have 2 minutes that I can ask you about the ceremony? You can tell me about the ceremony, Mike? All right, Mike Miller is going to end the show today. Give Oscar at Power Block Builders a call at 239-849-1919. Oh, were they clapping for me? Thank you very much.
Yes, yes they are.
So, Mike, first of all, you have a new building in your collection. Tell everybody what you purchased.
We acquired on Wednesday the old Methodist church right behind the library.
Right, I didn't even know that was a church till recently. I mean, it's almost like it's connected to the library, and it's facing the beach school, right?
Yes, it's facing the beach school. It's it's half of a city block there, and the building is rebuildable. There are a lot of options we're looking at doing right now.
Yeah, and so what kind of sermon will you be performing on Sundays when people come to see you there? Are you going to preach in any way, or no?
I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to go into church. Lightning might strike.
Yeah. So how many square feet is that?
Just over 11,000 square feet.
And what do you think you'll do with it?
Well, we got a couple different options. There is a group that's looking at building a hospital wellness fitness whole thing together.
Nice.
If that's the case, the building would be torn down.
Really?
But we're also looking at the way that intrigued me with the building is that there's a lot of opportunity there. You've got the second floor, which are different rooms that could be like suites for wellness, whatever it is. The big congregation area could be a gym, and also there's a commercial kitchen in there, and someone could very easily go in there and have a restaurant.
Is it zoned?
like a breakfast nook or something like that?
Is it zoned properly for things like that, or might you have to? Do
Currently, it's zoned institutional.
Okay.
So if we did that, we'd have to rezone it.
That is a great place for like Hammerhead Gym to go in. And
it'd be a
open
great
their
spot
gym
for them.
back
Yeah.
up. Yeah. So how much?
Yeah, we already heard from them.
Oh, you did? Wow,
Yeah.
that'd be great. I saw they did the Murph ceremony or workout, up here at Margaritaville. They had a nice crowd up there. They still have a following on the beach, and people ask me all the time,
They
is
do.
Hammerhead still opening? What'd you pay for that building?
It's public knowledge. I paid $1.1 million for it.
Is that a good deal for you, or is that? I mean, what do
That
you think?
is, in my opinion, it's below the real estate value.
Sweet.
The land alone.
So the ceremony tonight at 5:45. Will you be wearing some kind of Grand Poobah hat and all that, so people know who you are that you're running? I mean,
Hey,
what is it?
my wife decorates me like she decorates everything else. I have no idea.
So what does the ceremony entail?
Well, it's like Don said earlier, it's mainly, we got to ward off these hurricanes.
Yeah.
And we need to have everyone come out and support Joe Boo Fest and be able to, we've got sponsors. We got rum, and I think Tito's is also a sponsor. And do a shot of rum, give a shot of rum to Joe Boo, smoke some cigars, and let's make this an event that's going to ward off the hurricanes. That's what it's all about, is make sure these hurricanes don't hit here anymore.
Cigars, no cigarettes. Don't forget that. Nobody's allowed.
Yeah, no,
to
don't flick a cigarette, but you're welcome to have a cigar.
So last week I stopped by, just talked to you guys about the car show. The place was completely packed. It's not season. You had people on every level. So people are coming to the beach.
Yep.
People continue to come to the beach thanks to these ideas. They're coming during the slow months.
But I'll tell you what, that car show it blew my mind.
Yeah.
There was 42 cars between Lamborghini as well as Fast Lane Drive. They're both private clubs. And I'll tell you, total about almost 60 cars and over $30 million worth of cars.
Wow.
There was actually a gentleman from the Mecum auction came in, and Don had posted about, we're going to have like $10 million in cars. And the guy came up and goes, I've never seen this ever, where someone has put together a car show like this.
Wow.
With this kind of the value of cars there. There was one car alone that was, it was a Porsche 918 built in 2015. There's only 918 of them made. and that car's tipping $3 to $3.5 million. It was sitting there
for a car.
A car.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you get that much money into a car?
It's based on supply and demand.
Wow. That's funny money right there. That's Mike Miller kind of money.
Oh,
right
hell
there.
no.
All right. So that's
if I had, I wish I had your money.
yeah,
It'd be
you
a lot
do
easier.
wish. You wouldn't be buying a $1.1 million building. I'll tell you that if you had my money. So 5:45 tonight is when the ceremony. The event starts at 5 o'clock, and we also thank you for your big donation to the fireworks. I know you made a donation yourself.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And in case you didn't hear, Times Square Terry did not donate any money to the fireworks this year. I was just making sure that if people didn't know that.
I haven't heard.
Okay, just want to make sure because you were such a big donor. But thank you for that, and thank you for everything you guys do. Are you going to run for town council? Any chance that we might see you as a council member?
Nope. I respect everyone on town council, however they, as well as LPA, on however they decide on what they vote.
Yes.
And regardless if it's a positive or a negative, I respect what they do. I'm part of the community, and I will vote to have them elected, and and do what I can. But as for me ever running, that is a hard
Solid
no.
Gotcha. Good. All right. Thank you, Mike Miller. Thank you, Dawn and Karen and Abby and Will for coming on.
Thank you.
India, everybody. Who did I miss? I missed somebody. I know I did. Oh, the Women's Club. They come on the show and they run away. But thank you. We'll see you tonight, Mike, at 5 o'clock. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow if you're not going to be at Jabu Fest. Jobu Fest at Wahoo Willie's for the mayor at 10 o'clock. Thank you, and let's go Knicks. Bye-bye.